Let me show you what my mother taught me a long time ago. You get a little piece, you fold it in like this, then you start adding your food like this, little bit of beans, and then you dig in. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Rosie Cooks. This is 2 pounds of skirt steak, flat meat. You could use either one. They're just steak, you know. So I'm gonna make a Chipotle steak. I found this in my freezer. It's a half a cup of tomato sauce, okay? And I have some spices, oregano, salt, pepper, and cumin. I have a few small, maybe like 2 garlic cloves. The other ones are really tiny. 1 Roma tomato, and these are 2 Chipotle chili peppers in adobo sauce. I had them in my freezer as well. And I have half of an onion. We're gonna make a nice sauce. I'm gonna chop all my beef, my steak up into small bite-sized pieces. So right here I have a pan and it's hot. I'm adding about a tablespoon of olive oil. And I'm going to add my onions. I'm going to cook them for a little bit. I'm going to cook my tomato. And I just want to soften everything up. And then I'm going to put my chipotle peppers in there too. I'm going to cover this up. Got it on a medium heat. I'm just going to let everything soften up. So I'm going to cook it maybe 5 to 10 minutes. My steak is a little frozen still, but when you let it thaw for a little while, it starts to thaw, and it just makes it really easy to cut. Look at that. I just let it out, leave it out for about maybe a half hour or so. It just makes it so much easier to cut. So I'm going to cut it into small bite-sized pieces like this. So here's my steak, and it's all in small chunks. I have a big skillet, and I'm going to put a tablespoon of oil, and I'm going to add my beef. Okay, so now I'm going to add some seasonings, and we're going to cook this down until it's completely cooked. So here's my blender. I have 4 ounces, which is half a can, half an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. And here's my softened tomatoes and peppers and my garlic. So I'm going to put that in here, and we're going to blend it up. So now to this, I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to cover this. We're going to peel it. And now I'm going to add half a cup of water just to loosen this up, and let it go again. So check this out. I covered it, and now it's letting out all the juices. Keep going. Keep cooking it. Cover it again. Let these juices dry up. Okay, so we're going to continue cooking it. So here's my beef. So I'm just going to soak up a little bit of the excess oil, but it's pretty much dried up. Okay, so now I'm going to add my sauce. Okay, and here's my Chipotle sauce. And you always want to add just a little bit of water to kind of get all that goodness out of your container, your blender container. Okay, so now I'm going to mix this all together, and I'm going to let it cook together. So now I'm going to cover it and let it cook on a medium heat for a few minutes, just to really let all those flavors combine. And here it is, my steak and chipotle sauce. Okay, I just tasted it. It is really, really tasty. And here is my complete dinner. I added some beans and rice. This Chipotle steak is very, very flavorful. Let me show you what my mother taught me a long time ago. You get a little piece, you fold it in like this, then you start adding your food like this, little bit of beans, and then you dig in. It's very, very flavorful. Very good. Very tasty. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you next time.